So I wanted to tell you guys a story that has to do with this thing I got in the mail the other day. And that really, honestly, it didn't occur to me to even tell this story. I hadn't realized how important this thing I got in the mail was until today. I was at my office and I had, I'd opened up the envelope and sort of read it and threw it on my desk. And then I was having a conversation with a new client, a new wealth management client, someone who is massively discerning, very much like me, where he's a researcher, someone who does his due diligence. And I feel so honored that he hired me to consult or to help him organize his financial life and be a part of it. And so we were having a conversation, and I looked over at this. It's actually a check that I got in the mail, and I started to tell him this story about why, what the check, that it was odd and what it meant to me, and really made me think about and put into perspective why I don't think it's necessary to apologize for a nice car if that's what does it for you, or whatever it is, a watch, or whatever does it for you. I think there's a delicate balance between materialism and ambition, and this really puts into perspective this check that I got in the mail, and I'll explain why as I tell you this story. So back in 1996, I told this story in my car progression video and some of the other videos. I bought my first car late 1996, early 1997, so I'm 16, 17 years old. I was born in 1980, and I bought a Pontiac Sunfire GT. That car didn't work. The block was cracked, and what would happen is I could drive one place, but then if I drove somewhere else, if I drove too long, it would overheat. And so my parents helped me get another car. That was my red 1996 Chevy Beretta. 1994 Chevy Beretta. So a relatively new car. I bought it for $9,000. So this was, 3-4-year-old car I bought for $9,000. I had some cash saved up, but I want to say I owed $6,000 or $7,000 that I owed, and I'd gotten that car right at the end of my junior year. Going into, I got that car in the middle of my senior year in high school. So I guess I got that car in 1997, the dates don't really matter as much as the time frame that I had to pay that off. I'd got accepted to Villanova. I was going to Villanova. I knew it was going to be very costly, and my parents were very good about, they loaned me money to purchase the car, so I didn't have to get a car loan, but I owed money to them. And so, my mom was very diligent about ensuring that I, paid off my debt or paid what I owed to them. And so the goal was I wanted to go to college debt-free, and so I wanted to make sure that car was paid off. And where I was working, I was a janitor and maintenance worker at my community. I'd worked that job for, since I was 15, so 15, 16, 17, 18. So I was there for, roughly 3.5 years. And what I would do in the summer, I'd work there in the evenings, in the afternoons, sort of, just working at the desk, the front desk, and like giving people towels and things like that, and locking the place down, and doing the cash register for the day, so reconciling any receipts, and then I would drop the cash off at the guardhouse, which was at the end of the community. So I was responsible for that. But my main job was I was the janitor, so I was a maintenance worker, or housekeeper, whatever you want to call it. And we had a pool and bathrooms and locker rooms and a restaurant and things like that needed to be cleaned and maintained. And then it was trash all around the perimeter. There was a playground and things like that, so I had to go take the trash out and maintain the beach where the geese would crap and stuff like that. So significant manual labor, but I was trusted to have keys and to take the money back to the guardhouse. I mean, that was part of my job. And so I would work that job from 7 to 3, and I made minimum wage. So I'd work from 7 to 3, and then I had to get a second job because they wouldn't pay overtime, so I can only work 40 hours there. So this is the summer between senior year and college. and I needed to get a second job in order to get my car paid off in time, so that when I went to Villanova I didn't know anything. And so my second job I got at Walmart, and that's where this check is from. It's from Walmart. And so this is, roughly, just shy of, 20 years ago that I worked at Walmart. And I only worked there for that summer because I was going to school and I wasn't coming back. And so my job there was, again, another minimum wage job. And at the time, I think minimum wage was, it was $4.75 was minimum wage. And that's what I got paid for both jobs. And I would work. So I would go work from 7 a.m. till 3. I'd go home, get something to eat really quickly, and it was about 20 minutes away. And then I would go to Walmart, and I would work from 4 until 10 or sometimes 11. And I would do that every day, 7 days a week. I think occasionally, I work 7 days a week, but I think occasionally I would only work one job. So, 2 or 3 out of the 7 days, I'd only work one job. But anyway, I put in the effort. And so this check is for $308.56. And this was apparently, I had to look up the check. I don't even know how they found me. But this is a Walmart, Pennsylvania class action lawsuit that this $308, I looked it up, I guess was for underpayment of employees during that time frame. Then I guess I was inside the window. I don't know if they look it up by your social security number or what, but they found my new address, sent it right to my house. And so this was $308.56. This would have been, before, this is before taxes, so you don't have to pay tax on this, so I'll deposit this check. But the $308 equates to roughly 65 hours of work. And I would have had to work 65 hours at $4.75 an hour to make this $308. And I think this puts into perspective where I'm at today and the effort that I put in. So you fast forward through that time in my life where I was I know what it's like to do manual labor. I know what it's like to work hard. And I know what it's like to do that sort of job, to push carts or to clean toilets. I know what that's like, and I know I didn't want to do that forever. And so I eventually went to Villanova, and I kind of got a degree and got a job selling on theater, and then the rest is history. Wealth management. You guys haven't heard heard the whole story. It's in the This Is Me series. But you get a check like this for $308.56, and you do the math of the time it would have taken you at minimum wage to earn that amount of money, and how now I have a $1,200 pressure washer over here to my right, and how some people seem to think that's that's unnecessary or materialistic or not smart. I think the message is, put in the time, put in the effort, and then do whatever makes you happy. Do it intelligently. Manage your money properly. Don't alienate everybody around you to do what makes you happy, but just do you. And just do. This is what I'm doing. So something like this just motivates me even more to keep doing this. And I'm not looking for you guys to give me pep talks and congratulate me and and thank me and all that stuff. You don't need to do that. I just thought that this message might hit home with some of you, even if it hits home with one person, that the hustle, the work, the effort, the chasing whatever your dream is it's I think it's worth it, and it really reminds me and humbles me to know that I've been very lucky, but I've also put in a lot of effort. And that it's okay to have a dream, to have a dedicated wash bay, and that it's okay to share that, and it's okay if some people don't agree with that, and I'm cool with it, and so this reminds me to just keep doing it, just keep doing whatever makes me happy, keep connecting with other people, keep letting people in, because I might be able to use a $308 check, a story of a check like this, that is symbolic. I think I might frame this thing because I think it's a good story. I'm going to cash it. $308 for gosh sakes. But I think that the message is, it's okay to push and to strive for more. Don't be complacent. Don't just settle for your plight. Just don't settle for something that maybe you don't value just because you don't think you're good enough, or whatever you want to take from that. Anyway, I just thought it was a neat story, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. I'm not expecting anything out of it. Please don't feel the need to give me a pep talk. I'm super pumped, super excited. This is just my personality. This is as excited as I get. Anyway, I think that the message for me, and in this sort of week of a bunch of stuff going on with my GT3 getting messed up, with the mice eating the darn wiring, and this idea that I have this car that I've been perfecting and taking such great care of, and then a mouse comes in and destroys all of that work in a few hours, a few minutes probably. And I think about all of what I'm striving for, and to create this perfect community, and to create this perfect wealth management business, and to create this perfect line of clothing, and dot all the I's and cross all the T's. And a mouse can just show up and tear it up at any moment. So I think the message, I'm more talking to me more than anybody else. I think the message to me is just enjoy the ride, and I'm gonna just keep creating and keep doing it. And I'm gonna look at this check from now, every now and then, and remind myself of where I've been, and that it's cool to share it, and to be open with it, and to just shrug off whatever comes, whether it's good or bad. Anyway, thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for watching this stuff, and stay tuned for more crazy. More's coming. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor.